What's happening, Jets fans? This is early morning Bean here, getting ready to leave Sedona, Arizona in the next 2 or 3 hours. What a day, huh? What a day. We're here to talk about free agency or just the legal tampering window. We know if any teams fans have a deep knowledge that nothing really happened yesterday, it is the New York Jets fans. If you don't remember, we had an agreement with Anthony Barr of the Minnesota Vikings on day 1 of the legal tampering period. In the middle of day 2 of the legal tampering period, we found out that Anthony Barr had second thoughts after probably laying down with his wife, and he said, "Hey, baby, we're gonna make X amount of dollars." She said, "Oh, it's great." And then they laid there, and she woke up and said, "I don't want to go there. I don't want to go to New York, whatever happened." And he said, I can't do it. So we need to be cautious about our feelings, right? But I don't think this is the same regime as we had back then. Mike McCagnon was a little bit less respected around the league, more susceptible to making dumb moves and all that kind of stuff. So I think we're probably pretty good, but it's still a good idea to temper our enthusiasm. But let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about what we saw yesterday with day 1 of the legal tampering period. Now, a lot of us have been talking about free agency for some time now. We all had our desires, our hopes, our dreams, our requirements. And just before this period opened, we had a lot of Jets fans losing their minds over what Joe Douglas hasn't done yet. Right? Now, we had the Amari Cooper thing kind of bubble up to the surface and remind us that we do have a general manager that's on the frugal side. That's a good way to say it, right? You guys know there's another word out there that people like to use. But let's call him frugal. Let's call him fiscally responsible. We know that. So after losing out to Amari Cooper, to the Cleveland Browns for Amari Cooper, going into free agency, a lot of Jets fans had a very, very sour taste in their mouth. And he said, I know what's going to happen. He's going to go bargain bin hunting, and we're not going to be able to keep our own guys and all that jazz. But what we did see was this. A lot of us talked about our priorities in free agency. We talked about the positions that we just need to have taken care of in free agency with a vet before we move into the draft. Number 1, to give us flexibility in the draft, maybe not have to reach. But number 2, and equally important, to have some veteran leadership in there, not have to depend on rookies cutting their teeth in the NFL. We did that last year. You guys remember, we saw lots and lots of guys learning the systems at the same time. We saw the defensive backs. We saw linebackers, right? We saw, obviously, our quarterback, offensive line, running back, wide receivers. Everybody was here learning how to be NFL pros in addition to learning a new system and all that jazz. So we really wanted some positions to be taken care of. Now, the priority, and we talked about this, guys, from my vantage point, priority number 1 was that right guard spot. We have been dancing around it for a little while. Joe Douglas has brought in over 20 offensive linemen since he's been here. Some draft picks, some free agents, some scrap heap guys. He even made a trade or 2 for offensive linemen. But no matter what we did, that right guard spot via injuries and retirements and all kinds of weird stuff, we just haven't been able to take care of it. Now, we did that trade at the end of the year for LDT. Great move. But I don't think anybody really thought that LDT was the long-term answer. Now, he might be a long-term answer to be on the squad. I think he would be a fantastic re-signing to keep in the mix, first guy off the bench kind of a thing. But we knew that we really wanted to see the Jets go out there and get a right guard. There was a couple guys on the short list. I'm going to make a whole video on my thoughts on the Alex Kappa thing. How the hell can you figure out a 4-year deal worth, $50 million in 4 minutes? Just it ain't real, and we got to talk about that. But we'll leave that for another video. So Alex Kappa was off the list, and we really had 2 guys that Jets fans were talking about. We had Laken Tomlinson and we had James Daniels. Now, there was a few others that we would have been happy with, but they were the top. With Laken Tomlinson being the absolute best case scenario for myriad reasons. 1, his health. He's missed 1 game in 5 years. 2, his familiarity with the system. Okay, he comes from the exact same system, not just a similar system, the system. Number 3, he actually was coached by our coaches. LaFleur and John Benton were his coaches. So you add to that, he's a Pro Bowl guy, vet, all those things. He was the absolute best case scenario. And just a little while into the free agent period, we saw Joe Douglas grab him, paid him $13 million per season, which isn't exactly cheap, guys. And that made us happy. Then we see another bugaboo was that Joe Douglas doesn't seem to be able to keep his own guys. Well, we saw Berrios. We heard reports during this, the first couple hours of the free agent window. We heard reports that Berrios' market was hot. Lots of teams were inquiring. He was going to definitely get signed somewhere, and that he could make as much as $8 million. And this on the heels of the $9 million bullshit that Rich Cimini told us about, which we all knew was not real. So we're getting nervous. We're going to lose Berrios. We're bracing ourselves. And what happens? Joe Douglas not only signs Berrios, but he gets him for 2 years for $6 million per year, 7 guaranteed. I mean, team friendly. Great guy coming back. Sets the standard that when you do things the right way, we're going to keep you, we're going to reward you, we're going to keep you around. And the whole thing. It's a feel-good signing in addition to being a good signing. And then he turns around and he does this. The next priority, everybody said, was tight end. Right? I mean, it's pretty clear. We needed a right guard. You want to keep your own guys, and you want to get a tight end. And the tight end position has been decimated with franchise tags and re-signings and all that. And there was only a few guys left. And we got probably the best one. C.J. Uzomah had about 500 yards last year, 5 touchdowns, 49 catches. He's not, this is the thing. We got into some discussions last night. He's not here to be tight end 1, our big name tight end. He's here to upgrade our vet tight end, which is Ryan Griffin, Daniel Brown, and Tyler Kroft. Can anybody really argue that he's an upgrade from those guys? He's the solid vet in the room. He's got winning experience now. He's played in the Super Bowl. We bring him on over, and we're still going to draft some guys. We got young Kenny Yeboah there. We're developing a nice, well-rounded tight end room, and I think it's a slam dunk signing. So there are rumors that the Jets are in on Stephon Gilmore. There are rumors that we're negotiating with Marcus Williams. All great stuff. But guys, in the event nothing else happens, this is already a very, very strong free agent class, and it's a smart free agent class. It's not the Jags. I know lots of Jets fans are craving this, what the Jaguars did. Just go out there and pay your guy. Dude, they are just randomly throwing money around. It reeks of Mike McCagnon, and thank goodness we are not that anymore. Paying Christian Kirk $21 million a year is asinine. I don't care what numbers he put. He better be the #1 wide receiver in the NFL. $21 million, guys. I don't see it. So we lost Foley Fatukasi. That's a bummer, but we all kind of knew that. We talked about it. We love Foley. He was one of Mike McCagnon's rare late round hits. It's great. He's done great here. We wish him well. But he's not really the best fit for our system, and he started well last year. In the second half of the season, he was a ghost. So let him go down there, play a little bit of nose tackle probably, and we hope he fails, because that's how we roll, baby. We're not rooting for guys to succeed. I'm happy he got paid and all that stuff. But so, hey, day 2, what do I expect? I expect a couple more smart signings, and I also expect a little bit more of our own guys. I'm looking for Kyle Phillips. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for Kyle Phillips to be re-signed, defensive tackle. I think he's the guy that we do retain, former undrafted free agent. Another Mike McCagnon find in the undrafted market, but I think Kyle Phillips is a little better fit for our system, and we saw his impact when he came in last year toward the end of the year. So I'd like to see Marcus Williams get done, but hey guys, this is good. And slow and steady wins the race, and we did what we needed to do yesterday. Very well done. I hope you're happy. I hope you're feeling better about this. We're going to go into the draft with some of these holes filled, and that's what we wanted. So let me know what you think in the comments. I'm curious to see what you guys think. I am traveling today. Like I said, this is my last couple of hours in Sedona, Arizona. It's been a great trip. We are heading probably through New Mexico today while we head north, but I'll keep you guys posted. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. I hope you're ready for a good day 2 of the free agent legal tampering period, and have a great day, everybody. Go Jets.